This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, Forged Irish Stout, freebets.com. Delighted to be joined with legendary Sugar Shane Mosley. We're here in Puerto Rico. Amanda Serrano, Jake Paul are back out. They're bringing the boxing back to Puerto Rico. Excited for to be back here?
I'm definitely excited. I mean, Puerto Rico is definitely a boxing country, boxing state, and yeah, to bring it back here is definitely phenomenal to have all these great fighters here.
I was going to say, how much does it say about MVP? Because there's been so many great Puerto Rican fighters of the past, Felix Trinidad, now we've got a guy, Sabril Matias, and obviously Serrano's done so many great things, so to have boxing back in Puerto Rico, it must feel special.
I mean, MVP is doing a great job of bringing boxing back to the sport, back to Puerto Rico, where the sport is so big. It's almost like I think it's the #1 sport here in Puerto Rico, along with football and a few others, but boxing is the top. And I love Puerto Rico because I love boxing. I love being here. I love the atmosphere. Walking down the street, people say, knowing about all the great fights, and being involved with it. Great. And the MVP with Jake Paul and his company and everybody, like, bringing it to the sport. That lets me know that he really loves it and he really believes in the sport. I can't say enough about that,
I'm going to say, what do you make of Jake fighting these professional boxers now? He was obviously fighting MMA fighters, UFC fighters. He fought a pro boxer in Tommy Fury, but now he's sort of transitioned to the on the come up sort of, what do you make of him fighting these guys?
I think that Jake did what he needed to do to get himself better in the boxing world, to understand the boxing world. I mean, anybody that's been fighting for 4 years will not fight 10 rounds, will not fight. I don't care anybody that is fighting for 10, 20 years and try to get in the ring with them. That's just not even heard of. So he's doing a remarkable job of getting himself better and better and better in the boxing world, so he can put himself in position to become a world champion. And that's what he wants to. Like anybody that has a dream of being a world champion, he's really being dedicated and taking himself to the next step to become a world champion, if it's possible for him.
Absolutely. I did want to ask you about another fight, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. We've seen 2 press conferences this week, sold out today, a massive fight. Excited for that fight on April 20th in Brooklyn?
I think it's a big great fight, being that both guys fought each other 6 times, both of them winning 3 fights. They know each other. So, I mean, Devin Haney, it seems like he's elevated a little bit more, but I can see Ryan Garcia being able to find little things that Devin Haney doesn't like and catch him with some shots. So we'll see how they both react to each other in the ring when they fight, because I think they both know each other really well.
What did you make of the press conference back and forth between all the teams? Ryan had a few choice words and his behaviour's been very questionable. Do you feel this is the person that is struggling before this Devin Haney fight with Ryan Garcia?
Well, I think that, them having it back and forth, maybe it started off for them kind of, but then, maybe some words were said that made them get a little heated and maybe get a little more aggressive. But I don't think that they have that much disrespect to each other. I just think that they're getting ready for the fight, hyping it up, and they're trying to get whatever edge they can get before they get in the ring,
And just a last question from me. We did see the infamous sparring get leaked yesterday by Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. What did you make of that sparring getting leaked, and do you think we can look that much into it with Devin being so young in the spar?
I didn't see the leak of the spar, but you talking about the spar with Tank Davidson and
Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney.
Okay, so I mean, I heard that Devin was like 17 years old, so he was very young. Tank was very experienced, so you can't really say much about that. That doesn't really mean nothing. I remember when I was sparring with Julio Chavez Sr., Oscar was, and Pepe Riley, and I remember Julio Chavez dropping Oscar, and I had to spar him next. I was like, oh shit, I gotta spar. He just dropped Oscar, and I gotta spar him next. Oscar was like 19 years old, so. But when they fought, when Oscar and Chavez fought, you see the difference, right? So it really doesn't matter. That was then. Now is a different day.
Absolutely, Shane. A pleasure talking to you, man. Pleasure seeing you in Puerto Rico. Enjoy the rest of the time, man. Thank you.